Good evening, everyone. My name is Owaira Epiphany, and in this video presentation, I will discuss about Pancasila as the national ideology, the foundation of the Indonesian state, and the way of life of Indonesian society. In addition, I represent a comparative analysis between Pancasila and the national values of my home country, Rwanda, followed by personal reflection on what Rwanda can learn from Pancasila and why Pancasila is unique in promoting unity within diversity. This topic is important because Pancasila is not only a political concept but also a moral and cultural guideline that shapes Indonesian national identity. Let me talk about what is Pancasila. Pancasila is the official national ideology of Indonesia, consisting of 5 fundamental principles that guide the national's values and behavior. The 5 principles of Pancasila are brief and the one and only God. Second, just and civilized humanity. The unity of Indonesia, democracy, guide by inner wisdom through deliberation and representation. 5 is social justice for all Indonesian people. The term Pancasila comes from Sanskrit, where Panch means 5 and Sil means principles. Together they form a philosophical foundation of Indonesian society. Again, I want to talk about Pancasila as national ideology. First is Pancasila is called ideology of Indonesian nation because it reflects the collective values, beliefs, and aspiration of Indonesian people. Unlike legal ideologies, Pancasila is inclusive and flexible, allowing people from different regions, ethics, groups, and cultures to live together harmoniously. It serves as moral compasses that guides national goals, social behavior, and political life, ensuring that development and progress remain rooted in humanity, unity, and justice. Let me talk about Pancasila as the foundation of the state. Pancasila functions as the philosophical foundation of the Indonesian state. It is formally embedded in the 1945 Constitution of Indonesia, meaning that all laws, government policies, and state institutions must align with Pancasila's values. This ensures that governments in Indonesia is not only legal but also ethical, emphasizing democracy, social justice, and respect for human dignity. In this way, Pancasila acts as the highest guiding principles in state administration. Now we can talk about Pancasila as a way of life. Beyond politics and law, Pancasila is deeply practiced as a way of life in Indonesian society. Examples include religious tolerance and mutual respect, community cooperation known as gotong royong, decision makings through discussions and concerns, respect for diversity in culture, language, and traditions. These daily practices shows that Pancasila is not merely theoretical but lived and experienced by Indonesian people in their everyday interactions. Let me talk about national values in Rwanda. In Rwanda, national values are guided by key principles as unity and reconciliation, patriotism, good governance, self-reliance, and social cohesion. These values were strongly emphasized after the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi with the aim of rebuilding the national and preventing divisions. Rwanda's ideology focuses on national unity, over ethical identity, promoting the idea that all citizens are simply Rwandans. Now, implementations in government and society of Rwanda. In government, Rwanda implements its national values through strong state institutions and corruption policies, inclusive development program, national unity and reconciliation initiatives. In the society, the values are reflected in community services programs such as Umuganda, civic education programs, policies that discourages ethics discriminations. These efforts aim to create stable, peacefully, and united nation. I want to talk about the similarities and difference with Pancasila. There are several similarities between Pancasila and Rwanda's national values. Both emphasize unity and national harmony. Again, both promote social justice and human dignity. Again, both serves as moral guidelines for governance and society. However, there are also differences. First difference Pancasila expressed includes religious beliefs as a core principle, while Rwanda emphasizes secular unity. Pancasila embraces culture and religious diversity, while Rwanda prioritizes national identity over ethnic distinctions. Despite these differences, both systems aim to prevent conflict and promote peaceful coexistence. And I want to talk about again the personal reflection, what Rwanda can learn. From my perspective, Rwanda can learn from Pancasila balanced approach to diversity. Pancasila teaches that unity does not require uniformity. Instead, diversity can be strength when guided by shared moral values. Indonesians' experiences shows that recognizing culture and religious difference rather than suppressing them can foster long-term harmony and mutual respect. Why is Pancasila is unique? Pancasila is unique because it is successfully combines spiritual values, democratic principles, social justice, and cultural diversity. It promotes unity without erasing identity and encouraging tolerance without forcing assimilation. In conclusion, Pancasila is more than Indonesians' unit ideology. It is the foundation of the state, a guide for governments, and living philosophy practiced in daily life. Through comparison with Rwanda, we can see that while each country has its own historical context, shared values such as unity, justice, and humanity remain essential for national stability. Thank you for your attention.